Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the John and Ant Show. I'm Douchebag Doughboy.
Ant-Man.
With...
the All-American.
The All-American.
No, Real American.
Real American, yeah.
Swaggered again. Look at that.
So on tap for today, we have Super Bowl talk. Yay, it's the Super Bowl.
It really snuck up on me this year.
Well, maybe we should also say what else is on the show.
Because
if you just hear, oh, it's just Super Bowl, people are like, oh, well, I don't like football. I'm not going to listen to it.
Oh, we got TNA
And we
results of yesterday.
WWE NXT.
NXT, and...
for those of you who say, I don't mind, whatever, NXT. No, it's good. This is the future.
It's the future.
A lot of guys are coming up from NXT, a lot of potential, so
yes,
you really should.
I will have my
check
own
it out.
prospect list, so stay tuned for that.
He won't. He's lying. He's
I
looking
will.
up a stupid website.
Not the stupid website. It's a horrible website.
So then don't read it at all.
But it's funny. I have to bash them.
But you're not bashing them. You're just like sucking them off. It's
No, not really. They have terrible writing.
All my ideas come from this website.
I hate you. I hate you.
Oh.
Obviously, the Super Bowl is this Sunday.
Yep.
This is where Douchebag shuts up for 30 minutes.
Well,
I hope you're choking your sleep.
I hope that's not what I'm doing during this Super Bowl, because it could potentially... I don't know, some people are saying it's going to be a defensive game.
Well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Obviously, we have Baltimore versus the 49ers. It could be possibly a good Super Bowl. It could be a great Super Bowl. It could be the worst Super Bowl ever. It's two brothers. They're calling it the Horrible Bowl.
Yes, they are.
God.
That's the exact matchup you didn't want.
Exactly.
Because John thinks that after this Super Bowl, the brothers are going to hate each other.
They should hate each other.
And are never going to speak to each other ever
They
again.
shouldn't. I mean, think if I lost to you and you were my brother, you think I really want to talk to you after that?
No.
Yeah, thank you.
No. Well, I don't know. I don't follow football. But are we
God.
saying, is this brothers like the same mother or brother
Yes,
like
same
brother?
mother. Same mother.
So the parents, I mean, who do you root for, really?
Favoritism.
So we'll talk about Baltimore's defense and offense, and same thing for the 49ers. We'll talk about.
But are these brothers?
They're brothers.
They're
from
brothers.
The same
No, but I mean like brother.
Yeah, they're blood related.
They're
Like-
blood related.
They look like each other.
They look like.
Oh
each
no,
other.
they're not black.
No, they're not.
They're white. They're
Because
definitely.
they could be brothers and
No.
No.
Okay, let's get started. Obviously, we'll start off with Baltimore because I want to talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, go back to the first wild card game with the Ravens and Colts. Their defense showed up. They left Indy with 9 points, 3 field goals. Yay!
Indiana Jones.
And their offense showed. Shut up!
Indianapolis Colts.
Douchebag! Shut up!
I'm sorry. I hear Indy. I'm like, oh, Indiana Jones.
No!
He was there.
I do like those movies.
Is this a movie segment or is this a movie?
Okay, I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to entertain myself during this.
Dude, put down some notes or something.
I do have to say, I don't understand what was everyone's big deal about aliens being in the last Indiana Jones.
Oh my god.
Because Indiana Jones has a tendency to have... It does go out there every
Yeah.
now and then. So, come on. I mean, aliens, it was pretty...
Are you done?
If anything, it's the next step.
Are you done?
They had an old...
This is not a movie show.
Okay.
Could be though.
Right. Jeez.
Okay.
John's mad.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. You guys bring up movies and
Not
stuff.
even 4 minutes in.
4 minutes in. Ooh, Indiana Jones. Okay.
He's so angry.
You know, shut up.
He's not
Be
even playing
quiet.
He's not even
This is
playing
not your segment. It's our segment. Okay?
He's not even playing a video game right now. He's so angry.
You're back to being douchebag. I'm no more a douchebag.
You should see when he thinks I'm going to lose that rock band and I win. So, I mean, he doesn't approve
Can
at
we
all.
get back to Super
Okay, yeah,
Bowl, please?
let's get back to the Super Bowl.
So-
But this is how a lot of people are treating the Super Bowl. Like, they don't care.
No, that's true.
That clearly we had this planned out. And this was totally a skit on how people are reacting to the Super Bowl.
You got a
Because
point.
I've spoken to a lot of people, and the Super Bowl really has. It seems like it snuck up on a lot of people. I mean, yeah, everyone gets excited, but
Well, you have no star player.
you have no star players, and that's the thing.
Ray Lewis win.
Do you think it's because there's no star players, or do you think it's because in our area, like last year, it was really big? But
Well,
that's because we had teams from
yeah.
around here, and now that's not the case.
No.
Well, Baltimore isn't that far from here. You know what I mean? I've driven there before. It's you know it's a bit out there, but it's still close enough that if they had a star player, we would definitely be all over it.
All right.
I should say star offensive player because people care more about
tough,
scoring.
though, because I don't see Joe Flacco as that kind of...
He's not. If anything, Ray Rice is
That's
the
what
star
I would
of
say. I would say
that
Ray
offense.
Rice.
And it should be bigger because Ray Rice, he played here. He came from Rutgers. Right here in New Jersey. I saw him play.
Yay!
And you would think that there'd be more hype behind that, but there isn't. Now, again, I'm not speaking on behalf of the whole nation. I'm just speaking on behalf of Jersey, New York. And I do think it's what you said, Rob, that it's not you do have to factor in the fact that the Giants aren't in the Super Bowl this year. Because, it just seemed like they had a team that's capable of repeating. But it just didn't go through.
Oh, well. So we go back to wild card. Obviously, the offense showed up.
I mean, I'm excited.
Oh, it's exciting.
It's always fun.
We get to the divisional round with the Broncos and the Ravens, and the defense is nowhere to be found.
Yeah. I really don't know what happened there. Peyton Manning just picked them apart.
Defense nowhere to be... But their offense showed, too.
But, you do have to remember that
it flipped.
all those points...
It swapped.
Yeah.
The offense showed, and the defense fell asleep.
Yeah. You just have to remember, though...
You are facing Peyton Manning.
Right. But one thing that you have to consider also is that the Broncos' offense didn't score all the points. It was also, special teams got in there, too. But still, for the Ravens to give up, 35 points, even with the special teams, what's that? What would that be like 28 points or something?
Yeah.
It is a bit on the high scoring end for them.
It is. And now we go back to the conference championships.
Yeah.
Where defense showed up.
As you like to say, the defense seems to give Brady the what? The
hoogie-joobies, weegie-jeebies.
I thought it was the heebie-jeebies.
Heebie-jeebies.
I have no idea about any of that except for heebie-jeebies.
Heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
And it showed, again.
Yeah.
Even though Tom Brady, it was 13-0 the first quarter.
It looked like they were going to win easy.
And we know Tom Brady's record at home is 67-0.
Yep. Spygate.
Spygate! And now he can add that loss to the list. So, as you can tell, their offense comes, and the offense seems like it shows up every week, but the defense, I think there's a problem.
No, well, they're getting old. That's why Ray Lewis is retiring. I mean, that's not saying they're not effective.
Well, yeah, their defense showed in New England. Can it show again against Frisco?
I believe so. If they were able, because they have a lot of. New England had just eliminated them last year, so obviously there's that incentive. Then there's the incentive of Ray Lewis. His career's gonna come to an end, so they leave it all out there. And this will be, no matter what happens, Ray Lewis's last game. So you got to believe that they're all gonna put it all out there.
Okay.
And do everything they can to win.
So that was Baltimore's path to the Super Bowl. We'll go to the 49ers. Obviously had that first week bye.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is what gives me the problems with 49ers. Their defense. I think it's atrocious.
Yeah,
the first divisional, the 49ers against Green Bay, they gave up 31 points.
Yeah.
I put $1 on the 49ers to win.
Rob?
Okay. Does anybody want it?
Hey, he's just making a pick. He's just making a pick.
I was going to save that for later. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm going to forget by the time it's later.
Well, I'm going to throw a penny at you.
A penny.
Shut up!
No, it's not a penny.
You threw a pen.
I threw a pen.
I have a penny. Throw a penny at you.
Okay.
Okay. So, having a little fun in the studio. Yay. So, in the studio.
Studio. Basement.
Basement studio.
Yes, there's the big reveal. We record in a basement.
But it's a nice
Well,
basement.
not the other day. Not yesterday.
That's right, yeah. We recorded in an upstairs place.
Upstairs. So, they gave up 31 points.
Yeah.
Do you see a little bit of...
I think, personally, Ray Rice is probably going to run all over him.
I could see that. And then we get to the conference championships.
Will he be running wild?
I knew you.
Oh my God!
I set that
a
up
wrestling
so
reference
well
again.
I set that up so
What was his name?
well. Ray Rice.
King of the Smarks. Be quiet.
I'm not King of the Smarks, and we both know that. Rice-A-Mania is running wild.
Rice-A-Mania. Oh
yes.
my God. Okay. Off to the conference championships, where once again they give up 24 points, which isn't too bad.
Mm-hmm. And that was against the what?
Oh, for Falcons.
The Falcons, right? Again, though, it's one of those things. It's a tale of two halves. You know, you don't know. Was Atlanta that bad for the half, or were they?
Well, I said that too, like 3 weeks ago, where you can't play one great half, and then come out and play a lousy half.
Yeah.
So,
but that's the deal, though. I don't think because you could flip that over too, because technically San Francisco also did play a bad first half, and then rebound the second half.
yes.
You know, so if they want to beat the Ravens, I don't think they can do that.
So we have the Frisco offense against Baltimore's D.
Right.
How do you see this? You know, you see
How do I see it playing out?
You see Kaepernick running all over them. You see him passing. You see more running. I think they're going to be more passing because I think
me too.
Baltimore's defense can stop their run. I like Frank Gore is great. Don't get me wrong, but I see Colin Kaepernick. If he has open field, he'll run all over them because they're old.
Yeah, it'll be
old people suck.
And we had talks of Randy Moss opening his big gigantic mouth.
Oh yes, I enjoyed this.
I did not. I'm the best wide receiver in the NFL. No, you're not. How many rings you have?
Well, did he say NFL or of all time?
I think he said all time.
Okay.
And Jerry Rice just completely.
All he said was just look at the stats, right?
Yep, just look at the stats he tweeted, and I thought that was great. Just look at the stats,
and
it's true.
And we threw in and look at the rings too. I mean, honestly, I can understand if if Randy Moss had said this in his prime and he was on the verge of breaking Jerry Rice's records.
Oh yeah,
I can get it. But at this time, Randy Moss just came out of retirement. And he's like, what, a third string receiver at best?
Yeah, right now.
And he's claiming to be the best of all time?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Really? Yeah. I don't know why he had to open his mouth, but...
He's just trying to make the news again, because he doesn't have enough skill anymore to be on the front page.
No.
That's the truth. He's not even the best wide receiver on his team right now.
No.
So for him to come out and say he's the greatest of all time, that's pretty funny.
No, and
so
it's
he
ridiculous.
came out and said this and said to check the stats, or was somebody else?
No. What happened was Randy Moss says he's the greatest of all time.
Okay.
And Jerry Rice, I keep doing that. Jerry Rice.
You have Ray Rice on your mind.
Keeps coming back, and he just came out and said, well, just look at the stats. And the stats show that Jerry Rice is still the better receiver.
3 Super Bowls?
Yeah, by the way, he's won 3 Super Bowls.
3 Super Bowls?
Randy Moss has none. So, Jerry Rice has the statistics and the rings to show that both of those factors are on his side.
Yeah. I mean, all you really need is the one.
I mean, how do you say that?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even have a Super Bowl ring to say that.
One ring to blind them. That one ring must be destroyed.
No, but say if Frisco.
Unbelievable. Oh my goodness, yes.
I lost it in the studio again. Okay. So if Randy Moss...
That's how they gotta give it to Randy Moss. Like, just the commissioner has to hand the ring to Randy Moss and say, keep it secret.
Keep it secret.
Keep it safe.
Okay. So, even if Randy Moss does get finally his ring, he's still not the greatest receiver.
No, he definitely is not.
Definitely not. Sorry, Randy. Okay, back to the Frisco's offense. Wide receiver wise, you have Crabtree, Davis, Tengen, Moss. We see Michael.
Yeah.
Rob's lost it.
I don't know if you can hear it. Well, now you can.
Rob
just lost it at the Lord of the Rings reference. And he did it. It's not like I brought it up.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just about the most professional segment we've ever had.
Oh my god, okay. Calm down. Okay. Crabtree, have you seen, is gradually getting better.
He is.
Sleeper, I think, of fantasy and all that kind of stuff.
A rough start because I remember, when he held out as a rookie.
Yeah.
Wow, I mean, really. Having an Eo, you have to do that. But, so far, he has proven that he is that good.
Can the offensive line hold up?
I don't know. I don't know if they can hold up against... because I do think the Ravens will put enough pressure on Kaepernick. Enough to flush him out, to make some mistakes. You know what I mean?
No, that's a big word you brought, mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Kaepernick, if he makes mistakes...
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're done.
They're done.
Kaepernick the first thing he did, actually, was make a mistake in the conference championship.
Okay.
He threw an interception, not too far into the game. And I gotta believe that if you do that against Baltimore, they're gonna be smelling blood. And I don't think... Again, I don't want to say that Kaepernick can't, but I just don't know if he could rebound against a Baltimore defense.
No, you're right.
Atlanta just left him open.
Yeah.
It was open season, that second half, for Kaepernick. I don't think Baltimore's going to do that.
Okay. So, now we're going to switch it over.
For instance, and if Baltimore forces the 49ers to win with the passing game, the 49ers are in trouble.
I think they have to run the ball.
Yeah, because Baltimore's already taken out two of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game.
Yes.
And Kaepernick, I'm sorry, I mean, yeah, he's been a lot of fun to watch. But I just feel like Baltimore won't have that big a problem stopping Kaepernick.
Well, I think like you said before, there's a lot of heart on this team right now.
Yeah.
And it is Ray Lewis's last game.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Yeah.
That's it. He's done. I just see the defense pulling together. Even though I'm rooting for Frisco.
Yeah.
But if things don't go right for Kaepernick and the defense Baltimore just takes over.
Right.
The heebie-jeebies on Kaepernick.
Yeah.
I see this being a one-sided game then.
Could be.
Because I don't think Frisco, as we're switching now with Baltimore's offense against Frisco's defense.
Yeah. Baltimore definitely has the edge.
I think Baltimore has the edge on offense.
I feel like Baltimore doesn't even really have to play their best game to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
To beat New England, they had to do everything right.
And they did.
They did. And I feel like if they have a mistake here and there against San Francisco, they can still win.
This is
if San Francisco makes the mistakes, I think
that's the key.
That could do them in.
And Frisco does not have that good of a defense.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. They can't make any mistakes.
I mean, I like Patrick Willis. That's pretty much. You have Dante Whitner, which former Bill. Congrats, by the way. I will give my dues to him. He played good as a Bill, but
boy, it's always fun to see that one player from
your team
shut up, leave,
and
then win the Super Bowl with somebody else.
Yeah. Okay. What's his name from?
It happens to me all the freaking time.
It's amazing, right? Oof. Lost my train of thought there because I was gonna name this New Orleans guy from Buffalo who won the Super Bowl. Can't think of his name. Crap. So anyway, we're gonna switch it. Baltimore's offense, Frisco's defense.
Mm-hmm.
I see Ray Rice running all over them.
Yeah. And Joe Flacco has played well enough to show that he's learned from his mistakes. It seems. Because he seems much better than he did.
There's
last
one stat
postseason.
That's interesting. He's thrown no picks.
No picks
during the playoffs.
I noticed that.
And that's a pretty good stat.
Mm-hmm.
Now he throws like 3 because he brought it.
Every now, right? Every now and then he still throws that ball that you're like, it could have been a pick.
Yeah,
but they haven't been.
You.
So
their offensive line I think can stand tall because I don't think Frisco has the rush.
Right.
I mean, like I said, only Patrick Willis and a couple other guys, but
Yeah.
Wide receiver wise, Smith, Bolden.
Mm-hmm.
Their tight end.
They're just as good, I think. I really do.
I just see Ray Rice. I mean, I think it's going to be more running for them.
Mm-hmm.
And, Flacco, if they get pressure on Flacco, they're going to run the ball more. Because I can see them running on Frisco.
Yeah.
So,
you got to figure that's the game plan. And it shows they run first, but then if Joe Flacco has to go and win the game, he can do it. He's shown it now. He has shown up a lot of doubters, especially this year. This year he's because now there's talk about him being an elite quarterback. I wouldn't say elite.
I mean, not elite yet.
but he's definitely
now if he
better
wins.
than
Now
he
if he
was
wins
last
the
year.
Super Bowl, okay, I could see him. You could put him on the list.
Mhm.
But he like maybe if you're top 15, he's on the top 15, easy.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you're doing a top 10, I can't put him in because there's
I
better quarterbacks
gotta
out there.
Think about that. So you got to be realistic, because when people say elite quarterback, they're not talking about how many games you win. They're talking about your raw talent.
Yeah,
Your raw
that's pretty
talent.
much
How
it.
good are you?
Like Peyton Manning,
Yeah.
Tom Brady. I hate saying his name, but you got to give where credit's due. Tom Brady,
Well, I would say Peyton Manning.
Oh, Peyton Manning.
Because
Eli Manning.
Because again, Peyton Manning hasn't been involved in any controversial defense recording schemes.
No, you're right.
So I give it to Peyton, and I would throw Eli out there. He's shown that he has that talent too. He doesn't have the stats, but he has gone out there and
I
he's done
would
his
throw
job.
Drew Brees in there
Absolutely,
as well.
yeah. Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, you can.
Aaron Rodgers, you can throw.
I would absolutely put all these guys ahead of Joe Flacco in terms of raw talent.
I mean, that's what they were talking about during the week. How do you put Joe Flacco on the list of elite quarterbacks, but there's more quarterbacks out there you can put on the list.
Yeah.
If you want to go even to Joe Montana, you can put him on the list. He was elite. Dan Marino, didn't win a ring, but he was still elite.
Right. Exactly.
That's it. See, people bring up Dan Marino, how he didn't win a Super Bowl, but he's got stats.
Yeah.
Now, I understand what Jerry Rice was saying, as look at the stats, but he has 3 rings to back up his talk.
And he didn't even mention them.
I know.
That's the funny thing. He could have said, "How many rings do you have?" No, he went right after the stats.
That's a way to.
And what's Randy Moss gonna say? Oh, I have more rings. Wait a minute.
Wait
No,
a minute.
The rings are just for the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But
Yeah.
is that? Oh, I don't watch football. But is that really that fair to point out rings? Like, what if you had a really good season, and your team makes it to the Super Bowl, but you got injured? Would you still get a ring for that? I mean, would it even count because you weren't technically in the game?
I feel like really competitive guys won't see that they earned it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you were to get injured in the preseason, and then your team goes on to win the Super Bowl, and you had like a season-ending injury, you would be happy. I mean, you would be happy to get the ring because your teammates did it, but you didn't get to play in the game.
But I mean, like how the argument is, how many rings do you have?
Right.
What if he really is that good? But
Well, that's why Jerry Rice went for the stats instead of the rings. That's why I find it really interesting that he didn't even mention the rings, because he probably thinks the same way you do. He's probably saying, rings, for all intents and purposes, they mean a lot, but that doesn't really boost your solo credentials. You know
Definitely.
what I mean? They don't hurt. Don't get me wrong, but when you're trying to compare somebody with somebody else, you do look at the stats. That is basically a tiebreaker.
You do, and his stats are ridiculous.
Yeah.
1,500 receptions, 22,000 receiving yards, 208 touchdowns. That's pretty.
I mean, he holds just about every wide receiving record out there.
He's in the Hall of Fame. I mean,
how much? This is a real Hall of Fame. It's not like WWE Hall of Fame.
Why do we go back to wrestling?
Where you just show up
TNA
for
Hall of Fame.
TNA
Hall of Fame.
They don't know that the NFL Hall of Fame is a legit thing,
and it's good. It's legit. It's not. It's not. Fixed.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least I hope not.
No,
it's
you
never know these days.
No, it's not. But, well, when all it's said and done, who's winning the Super Bowl?
I think it's going to be Baltimore.
What's the score?
Really do. Score? Okay, let's see. I'm going to say 31-17.
Oof. Not giving it to Kaepernick, huh?
I don't think Kaepernick's going to do it this time.
Well,
31-17.
You know what,
Baltimore.
though? I want to see San Francisco win and Ray Lewis cry again.
Well, either way,
because it's his last game.
No, either way, Ray Lewis is going to cry at the end of the game.
He's going to cry because he's not winning the Super Bowl, and it's his last game. So I like to see that happen.
So it's
okay.
So you're
hoping
for the end where
nothing goes right.
What's the score?
What's the score? 28-14.
Okay.
So I get to.
You want to put in the score there, Rob? Who knows nothing about sports?
San Francisco's gonna win.
Okay.
I forgot what you said.
31. I said 31-17.
The same thing, but for
reverse.
Oh, that's creative.
Now the big actually there's betting and stuff like that.
I'll bet $1.
No. It just. Do you think the national anthem is under 2 minutes or over 2 minutes?
Who's singing it? It's not Beyonce.
It's
again,
Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys. All right, let's see. Boy, I'm gonna have to time it then. I'm gonna have to I'm trying to think here. I think it'll be under.
Under?
Just barely. No, actually, no. She's an R&B singer. No, it'll be over. It'll be over.
Wait,
No,
she's an R&B singer. Over. Definitely over.
It'll definitely be over because it's a fairly long song as it is, and with all those unnecessary
high notes.
Yeah, I think it'll go over 2 minutes.
Oh wait, I think it's Beyonce.
I thought she was doing the halftime show.
Is she?
I think she's doing the halftime show.
And Alicia Keys is doing the national anthem?
Uh-huh.
Let me, I want to double check that. Because I hope Beyonce doesn't lip sing the halftime or the national anthem. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
So, and obviously the other one's heads or tails.
Oh, what, the coin toss
Yes,
will be?
heads or tails.
Really? Are we doing this? Alright. Tails. Tails never fails.
Rob?
I'll go last. What are you picking?
I love heads.
You love head?
I love heads.
You love head?
I love heads.
I'm gonna go with tails.
Did that go over your head? Did it?
No, I was hoping you guys get the joke.
Alright.
Well, Ant-Man made the joke, so I think he got it.
I was hoping he'd get it.
Al Snow.
What does everybody want? Head.
You know, as a kid, see, I like that.
Kids don't get it.
I didn't get it as a kid. I just thought it was funny because he was carrying a head around. And then, like, later on in my life, I see it, I notice it, and I start cracking up because I couldn't believe I didn't notice it.
What does everybody want?
But now kids freaking understand it. Like, freaking 5 years old, they understand what he's talking about. Unbelievable.
Parents need to do better parenting.
And obviously we have the commercials.
Okay, I predict the best commercial will be
Budweiser, right?
It'll either be Budweiser or
Coca-Cola.
Doritos.
Coca-Cola.
Could be Coca-Cola.
Could be Coca-Cola.
It definitely won't be GoDaddy. GoDaddy has the worst commercials ever. I'm not saying that the women aren't unattractive, but I mean the commercials are just stupid.
I mean, you do have Candice Michelle and.
I don't think she does it anymore.
No,
she doesn't.
No, she hasn't been on that for a while.
Oh well. So that's Super Bowl. Do you see yourself sleeping or actually watching the game?
I see myself eating.
Eating.
I'll be.
What time is
it's a blowout?
6:30.
Yeah, if it's a blowout, I'll be stuffing my face.
I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I see it really being close, and like I said,
I think it'll be close up until the last few minutes. If
defense falls asleep, kind of like running all over them. We'll be running all over them. So that's Super Bowl, and I don't know how we're gonna segue this into TNA, but TNA happened last night.
I was actually gonna say. You asked him if he was going to sleep. I was going to say, not like he's watching TNA.
Oh, that was a good segue. Oh, damn. That should have let you...
Impact Wrestling.
Impact Wrestling. This is all you, buddy.
Oh, man, I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it.
Was it that torture?
Less motivated.
Alright, look, I'll be fair, alright? I was entertained. I'm not going to completely destroy it.
Well, we had the opening segment with Daniels and...
I don't understand this gimmick that they have going on.
I don't get it either.
They should give that sort of gimmick to newer, younger guys. And instead, they're giving it... I mean, they're not the oldest. They're not like Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair or anything. These older guys that have already been established in the company.
Yeah, it's not like they were established in WWE and they came over. No, TNA themselves established that character.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't understand why they gave him this gimmick. I liked the Fallen Angel gimmick. I mean, maybe it ran its course, but
it's a TNA original character. I figured they would stick with that.
Yeah. I also don't know why Kazarian cut his hair. I mean, not that it matters.
No, it doesn't matter.
It's just weird to me.
So,
I don't understand what happened with that.
Magnus
came out. They were trashing the country, getting the cheap heat.
Great cheap heat.
Magnus came out and ran them off, I guess, and called out Devon. I don't know what the story is behind that. I guess
So
they put him on the shelf.
Brutus versus Devon. Right?
Because everyone wants to see Devon in singles competition.
He's not bad.
No, I'm saying everyone wants to see it because of the way he sells moves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He didn't do that though. He didn't do that.
Oh, he didn't shake?
No. I don't know if this match ended. I think it was no contest or.
No, actually
he
they
won
do.
by DQ.
It said Brutus by DQ.
There we go.
Alright, your winner.
Yeah.
Next we
He
have
did a run-in. Ace and Eights guys came out.
All right, Aces and Eights.
Aces and Eights, yeah.
It was the same two guys that's always running out.
So we got a video package of Joseph Park's journey to become a member of the Impact roster.
Uh-huh.
And
That's all it was.
Is Abyss.
It was just, you don't know that. It was his brother.
I don't know that.
Yeah,
it's his
It
brother.
was his brother. And
Oh yeah.
that was it. They just had the promo, which led to Brooke Hogan and Bully Ray talking. And Sting was there talking about how Hogan isn't there yet. That's it. That's all it is.
So we
Sting
have-
just always has to show up
Oh god.
whenever Bully and
no one
Brooke
can
show up.
carry a segment without Sting.
Alright, next we get Joseph Parks in the ring, and I guess,
That was next?
Yeah, it was next.
This was my favorite segment of the night. I had you watch it.
Yeah.
It was my
definitely-
favorite thing that happened on TNA.
But did we already get past the promo where it showed Joseph Parks working out?
Yeah.
Because Rob noticed something funny about the way
Yes.
about something Joseph Parks doesn't do when he's working out.
Right. So they're showing the package before about how, his journey to be a wrestler, bless you.
Thank you.
And I noticed, because it was so weird that I noticed the first part about him just melting while cutting a promo,
Yeah.
was that they're just showing him working out. He's not sweating at all.
He's doing like nothing.
He's not sweating at all. Then they're like mixing the two segments with him cutting the promo and him working out.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Is it like the microphone is that heavy?
Maybe.
It must be. It must
Maybe.
be.
But he hadn't picked an opponent. He said he was going to pick one, but was interrupted anyway.
Robbie
Oh wait,
E.
he did pick an opponent, but didn't get to say who it was
Yeah, we'll never know.
because Robbie E interrupted. Again, Cheap Heat, saying disparaging things about the crowd.
Well,
But his partner,
in England, right? This
yes,
is
from the UK.
The UK.
His partner is from the UK.
Right. That's funny because he didn't notice until later on.
Until he was looking right at his partner,
Yeah.
and his partner was pissed. Robbie T was PO'd. Anyway, this led to the match between Robbie E and Joseph Park. Match of the night.
It was pretty good.
And I say that only because, and this isn't speaking on the product itself, I was kind of falling asleep to the main event.
Okay.
I was up late the night before, woke up early, and it just hit me at that time.
Okay. Yeah, it was. It's always funny to see Joseph Parks in the ring with that incredible wrestling gear.
Yes, and he wins. What a splash.
Well, don't cut it short. Like, don't cut it like, oh, he won, and that's how it happened.
Yeah, it was back
The
and
match
forth.
was good.
Yeah. It was back and forth.
The best was
you
the
would think
crossbody.
But ain't that sad?
Yeah.
It's the best match of the night.
It is sad, and that was the point.
And you know what? I hate to bring this up. Rey Mysterio, Joseph Parks has a better splash than you.
He has like
Take
a second
that.
rope splash.
The second row splash, but see, Joseph Parks weighs, what, between 300, 400 pounds?
Yeah. and
Obviously,
Rey,
that's
Rey
good.
Mysterio you could throw into the crowd.
Rey Mysterio, yeah, Big Show did it. Big Show did it, and the fans caught him.
I wish they did.
Wow.
Just if I saw Rey Mysterio just step aside, just let
Yeah.
him drop to the floor, I'd be like, yeah, Big Show.
Crack.
The world's
Alright.
largest mathlete.
You're nuts. Next we get Austin Aries versus Chavo Guerrero.
Their promo's good.
Mhm.
They have some of the best work of the night.
What do you think about
Austin
Chavo?
Aries.
What do you think about
Austin
TNA Chavo?
I was thinking, he got the shaft in the WWE.
He did. He did.
And I was thinking, and this might be unfair, because we don't watch TNA. Like, we started watching it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it just seems to me like it's the same thing.
But he's getting the shaft there?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, he won.
Well, he's having the
titles.
same tag team run that he had in the
Yeah,
WWE.
that's basically it.
And then when he breaks up with his partner, obviously Hernandez is going to go to the top, and Chavo's going to start jobbing to
I don't know, though.
somebody
Because Hernandez has been there for a while.
Mhm.
He's like Super Max and all that.
Super Max.
And I would think that he'd have been there already if it were
crossing the border at light speed.
if it were gonna happen.
But I mean, no, it is interesting. It's interesting to see how this would play out because, we always hear that Chavo was supposed to be slated for that whole thing that Rey Mysterio was put through, but he didn't want to do it because apparently he didn't want to take advantage of his uncle's dying.
Yeah.
But I guess WWE gave it to Rey Mysterio, and he.
Does anybody want to cash in on this?
Yes. Yeah.
I do.
Nobody, because he's behind everybody. You can't see.
Yeah, right.
Nobody. Me.
And then what I try to do is I try to picture everything that happened to Rey Mysterio and put Chavo in this place, and I can't see it.
No, you really can't.
I can't see it, and it's not like I don't like Chavo. Yeah, he was pretty good in the ring. I enjoyed watching Los Guerreros.
Los Guerreros, Kerwin White.
I only saw Kerwin White in the ring like
taste of
once or
Kerwin
twice.
Yeah, right.
And it's not like it's the same person. Although he did have oddly enough he did have moves that resembled Chavo Guerrero's moveset. That was odd. I don't know why, but
impersonator.
Yeah, he's a very good impersonator.
Um,
But I mean, I would like to see where because Chavo, when he was going to TNA, they made a big deal about it.
Yeah.
He was gonna
for no real reason.
Yeah, I don't know what the exact thing they were saying was. Something like he was gonna change the company or he was gonna be a big thing in the company. Tag team champ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Next. How was the match?
It was good.
In Austin Aries.
I like the Abyss one better. Sorry, Abyss's brothers match better.
Yes.
Just because I had that. I think it just came down to it being funny.
Next, we get Kurt Angle's backstage talking to his young boys. Did you see that?
I saw it. Obviously I saw it, but I don't get it because I really think most of the stuff I don't get comes from the fact that I'm only starting to watch it recently.
All right.
I don't get why Wes Briscoe and Bischoff, I can't remember his name.
Garrett.
That's what I thought it was, but it didn't sound right. Garrett Bischoff are involved with Angle or anything like that. I don't understand.
Well, we don't understand it, but it already makes more sense than Taz joining Aces and Eights.
Yeah. Wear that tux again, Taz. Then we get Hulk Hogan, Sting, Bubba Ray, and Brooke Hogan all in the ring.
Well, let's just shorten it. He reinstates Bully.
Yay! Next.
Reinstates Bully.
Quick and sweet.
Because that makes a big difference because Bully Ray hasn't been there every week on TNA Impact.
Also, we get a tag match next week. Bubba Ray, Sting versus two Aces and Eights members.
It's Devon and Doc.
Ooh.
Not Taz?
No, not Taz.
So how did
that's my point. Why
did the tables match?
Yay.
The tables match.
Next we got Storm and Velvet Sky versus Tara and her boyfriend.
No, not her boyfriend, her boo.
Her boo.
She's 40. She's over 40 years old, and she's calling him her boo.
Yes, and he's like in his 20s.
Oh my goodness.
I think he's like our age.
Did you have something to say about Velvet Sky?
I just said the same thing that I always say. I don't understand. Like when we were watching, I found her to be very attractive, and now I'm not seeing it anymore, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because she's older or I'm older or. Anthony had a good explanation as to why.
Ant-Man?
Right. I feel like in TNA's early days, Velvet Sky was the best looking knockout by a mile. It really wasn't even close. Because TNA at the time seemed to be more focused on talent. I'm not saying the knockouts were ugly.
Yeah.
ODB was, but I mean, just not all of it.
But that wasn't the important part.
Yeah, ODB wasn't there.
It was there, but it wasn't the most important thing. Like in
ODB definitely wasn't there for her looks, but she's good in the ring, right?
Yeah, promos are awesome too.
But now you look at today's, and you have, more attractive knockouts there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Rob was saying, who would you put, between Tessmacher and Velvet Sky?
No, I said Velvet Sky and...
Brooke...
No, it was somebody else first. ODB, it was ODB.
ODB, right, yeah, no contest. But, you switch that up, and I don't know. Personally, I think Tessmacher is the best looking knockout now.
I mean, I have to agree with that. Obviously, with my not understanding why I don't find Velvet attractive anymore.
Yeah,
but
I just feel that that's what it might be. It's not that Velvet was never attractive or that maybe she got least attractive. It's that there was no competition.
Because we were saying...
Because look at the roster of old. They had, what was it, Angelina Love, who sometimes looked like a zombie. They had Amazing Kong. I mean, if that's what floats your boat, okay.
I mean, there was Gail Kim.
Awesome Kong.
Gail Kim was there, yeah. And she's back. She's back
she
too.
is.
But
and she needs to be showcased more.
Awesome
I still
Kong.
like...
Not Amazing Kong. Amazing Kong's in Shimmer.
Did I call her Amazing?
Yeah, you called her Amazing Kong.
Awesome Kong.
Smart.
Awesome. Smart.
Karma.
I'm calling you a smart.
Why are you calling me a smart?
Karma.
Just because.
You're correcting him on indie crap.
I'm going to call her Amazing
Well,
Kong.
her name, Shimmer, is Amazing Kong.
I can't call him...
Okay.
Antonio. I can't call him Antonio.
Just call him Claudia. Claudio Castagnoli.
I can't do it.
I'm not
King of the
getting
Smarks.
involved in this.
King of the Smarks.
You're involved.
This is between you guys.
You're involved because you were there.
You were there.
I saw it. I just be Come
King
on.
of the Smarks.
Oh goodness! I gotta record you guys doing that one day. Just
What,
put it
King
up.
of the Smarks?
You guys and
What he is?
King of the Smarks?
King of the Smarks?
Don't say his name.
Don't say his
I'm
name.
not saying anything because I'm not involved in this.
You're involved.
You're involved.
But like we were saying, with Extreme Expose with Brooke,
Yeah.
we thought she was the most attractive.
Yeah,
out of
we
the group.
did, and I was telling Rob because when Extreme Expose came out, the ECW thing, the members were Kelly, Layla, and Brooke. She was just known as Brooke.
Yeah, they all had one name.
Yeah.
Well, except for Kelly.
Kelly had two.
It was the same one name. Yeah. K2.
But everybody loved Kelly because when she made her debut, including John.
Yes, I know that John
she first
was
came
all
out
over that.
and she had like a striptease and couldn't get her bra off. I remember that. And everybody the next night was like, "Who is the blonde girl on ECW?" Right?
Yeah.
And yeah, don't get me wrong, I was interested. Then we had Layla win the Diva Search.
Yeah.
Right? That's how she won.
I don't remember who she came to. It was her and somebody else.
I can't remember.
But I remember not wanting her to win.
Not wanting Layla to win?
Not wanting Layla to win.
Right. It's just,
She won.
most people thought the other one was more attractive. But not to say Layla's bad looking.
No.
But at the time, just, whatever. It just
Layla,
comes down to preference.
Layla took a while to win me over. It was when they let her be goofy that I was like, oh, alright.
Yeah. It was the days with Lay Cool.
Yeah.
That was great.
So,
Great idea.
you have Kelly make a loud appearance on Extreme ECW.
Yeah.
Layla wins the big...
exhibitionist that did nothing.
Right.
Did nothing.
Well, Mike Knox made her cry, though. That was Kelly's biggest
No,
thing.
who made her cry was...
Was it? I thought it was Mike Knox.
No,
Ariel.
Ariel.
Right? Okay.
At the best pay-per-view.
And then... but then
he gave her the knocks out.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
The knocks out.
That's the name of the move. That was the name of the move.
So you have Kelly come in a big, because I think it was the debut.
Teasing a striptease.
Right. Then you have Layla win the big Diva Search.
Right. And
Brooke kind of just flew in under the radar.
Yeah, she was just... It was weird.
She just came out of nowhere.
No idea who she was. She was just there.
Right. So then, every now and then I watched ECW, and Extreme Expose would come on.
Do nothing.
Right. They do nothing. They just do a little dance. And like I said, most people are swooning over Kelly and Layla, and I was just every day on my TV. I'm like, well, who's that one?
Yeah.
That's the one who caught my eye, and it ended up being Brooke. And I was, unfortunately, figures. My curse lives. She got released when I started to like.
Yeah, she got
every
released.
freaking
and
time.
Nobody cared. I mean, they didn't make a big deal out of it or anything.
No, not at all. But like the thing is, like whenever I say I like a certain diva or whatever, they get released.
They leave and then they...
And then I don't know whatever happens. It happened to Brooke, happened to Maurice, happened to the Bell Twins. I'm not saying anything anymore. Never again will I say.
Well, it worked out better for Brooke.
Yeah, no, it is much better
career.
because she now. I would say she's the best wrestler of the three.
She left, but she came in not as a wrestler.
Yeah,
she definitely came in like Kelly just for the eye candy and Layla.
Yeah,
and left. And I guess couldn't do anything else.
Right.
So she's like, WWE doesn't want me back. Let me go to TNA.
TNA.
And it was in that case, it is a smart move.
Yeah.
She has gotten better in the ring. You happened to catch one of her matches that she didn't do anything
awful,
though. Yeah. She just had like 2 spots in it, and it was just like.
It was so dumb.
But speaking of that, like as a wrestler, if you get released by WWE, where are you gonna go?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why I don't bash anybody when they go to TNA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when Christian was released or Kurt Angle or anything. Well, they're not gonna go in indies. They're too talented for that.
So you're gonna go to the next highest.
Yeah, and if TNA is the only promotion out there, then go for it. You know.
Yeah,
definitely. And sometimes it works out better. Christian had a much better career.
Yeah, he did.
Well, if you count out his solo career, he had a much better solo career in TNA than he did in the WWE. Who's another one? Jeff Hardy, probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say he's had. I mean, he did get the championship in WWE, but he gets the mic more, I guess. In TNA.
He did sort of main event before he left WWE.
Yeah, he did
the ladder match with Undertaker.
Right. Absolutely. Well, yeah, that could be debate. That's true. You got me there.
Sort of.
But then most of the divas who become knockouts have better careers in TNA. You know what I mean? Gail Kim. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gail Kim, that's probably the biggest difference. You know, in WWE, she was just there. I remember she got a title shot once at a pay-per-view.
The first time? She debuted and won the title, and then lost it, and that was...
No, I don't think she won the title. She just held it up or something.
Yeah,
well, but I do remember
win the title. She did win the title.
Oh, in her first run.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
And then lost it, and that was it.
Yeah.
With TNA.
And then she was just like
made a huge name for herself.
Yeah.
When she debuted, she had a Matrix gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then she became one of Molly Holly's just like a henchman or something. She just hang around. And the TNA had incredible matches, really.
Yeah.
And then she came back to WWE
with a very strong debut.
Yeah.
When she came back, she took out the champion and the #1 contender.
Right.
In the same moment.
Mm-hmm.
Got a title match. At some point, lost. Didn't even matter.
Pretty much. Well, the title match I'm referring to is the one against Maurice, where I forget what happened, but it wasn't even really a match.
The feud was Maurice and Natalya.
Okay.
And she came in, double missile dropkick both of them. And it was like she came back.
Uh-huh.
At some point she got a title match and did nothing. Right. It makes no sense to even have someone have a strong debut when their first match.
Mm-hmm. And a big shame is that at one point WWE did have Gail Kim and Karma at the same time.
Yes!
You could have potentially had those incredible TNA matches on the WWE.
But that's the thing. From something I read, there's these two divas who had a very good match. And there were apparently wrestlers in the back who even said they had the best match of the night.
Uh-huh.
And they got in trouble for it. They got in trouble for having a good match.
Can't have a good match.
I don't want to name any names, but I'm sure if you have the internet, so you're listening to this, you could find it.
Yeah. Now, how many years ago was this? Was this recent?
It wasn't that many years ago.
We really went off subject here, but to get back to TNA.
No, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
They even had, because it might be a hint. This particular wrestler had another good match with another female on SmackDown, and they had such a good match, they had to edit the ending and change how good the ending was to make it less
exciting.
Less exciting.
Well, that's lame.
That is crazy.
Well, you have to understand they need to put in the fake pops. They
Yay!
They have a quota they need to fill.
Yes, they can't just have the crowd really be excited. They have to edit the crowd to make them seem excited.
That's gotta be really weird though, to be the crowd and have to sit through the match again. Mm-hmm.
They don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Just so the end is a little different.
It's always funny when I read the spoilers and it says blank and blank had to redo the spot.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just wish I could see that.
I think it's fine when the match is still happening. We're like, oh, let's just go for it again.
Yeah.
But when the match ends and then they have to come back later on in the show to redo it.
Well, what they might do, what I figure they do is they'll have the match, and then if they really need to redo it, they'll throw in a storyline that only the live crowd knows about. Like, oh, you're going to have a rematch right now? And then just pretend that never happened in terms of the broadcast.
All right.
You know? So I figure for the crowd, they'll do something that makes a little more sense instead of just saying, oh, you got another match for no reason.
It would be funny if this happened at a show, at a taping, like if you're watching SmackDown, and you just see someone raise a sign that I guess security didn't catch, this was retaped.
Yes. Yes.
That would be awesome. Because I'm sure it happens all the time.
Yeah, it's got it. It's got to.
So just to have a smark in the crowd with a sign prepared for it. I think that'd be pretty funny.
They can't do that at WrestleMania. Retape.
It's live. How does that happen?
So back to TNA.
Okay.
We went off a little off subject there, but there's.
But the TNA was so boring that we had to.
No, it was so good. It was so good. It's just I couldn't do it by the end.
Next we have.
I was sitting too long.
Jeff Hardy come out.
Well, we didn't say the finish.
Oh, James Storm beat. James Storm and Velvet Sky won.
Yep, that happened.
Yep, that happened. Next we get a promo from Jeff Hardy.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Jeff Hardy gets to cut a promo. See, this is what I was talking about.
Jeff had a promo?
He said he just got an MRI.
I must have missed it.
The MRI?
Yeah.
I missed it, yeah.
Or something like that.
I don't know how I missed it.
Yeah. That's it.
Wow.
Oh, an update on Jeff Hardy. Sorry, there wasn't a promo.
Alright, that's fine.
There's an update on Jeff Hardy. And he got an MRI.
This is why.
This is why you need to learn how to read.
Yeah,
someone
that's it.
who's not, won't be named, perhaps a future guest, referred to this show as the Aunt Rob and John show.
At least he admits he's a wrestling fan now.
Comments
Yes.
if you like that better.
Rob,
than what we currently have.
I'll fire you on it right now.
The Arge show.
Don't worry about it. I can't be
show.
fired.
Yes, you can.
I can't be fired.
Yes, you can.
I don't
Next
get
we
paid. I can't get fired.
You want to get paid?
If you're gonna pay me, I'm not gonna say no.
Okay, you're fired. Anyway.
But you didn't pay me. It
You
doesn't
said-
work.
Oh, shut up.
Just make sure you collect your tax returns.
Yes.
Well, it'll be off the books.
And
It'd
you,
be off
and
the
you have
books.
to give them severance. You have to give them a severance package now.
Oh, thanks. Next, we got a
Your
cage
joke
match.
went too far, John. You failed.
Shut up. Next, we got a cage match with Ken Anderson versus.
Whoa, the
Kurt
main
Angle.
event?
Yeah, that's it. It's main
No,
event time.
you skipped over. Samoa Joe got attacked by a mystery person.
Oh no!
Oh,
Wait
no.
a minute!
Oh no!
Yes.
Does he get kidnapped and thrown in
No,
the
he
again?
was
Oh.
attacked.
Aw.
And nobody knows who it was.
Well, are they going to
And-
actually reveal it at some
And
point?
I don't know, but Joe wasn't even unconscious.
Really?
He was in pain and everything. And like, I don't know who did it. I don't know who did it. He didn't say anything. He's just like, oh. So I guess maybe with the reveal that happens after the main event, I don't know if
that was connected.
if
or
it was
anything?
with them or it could have been
Someone
other
else.
people that attacked them.
It better be a follow up from the ninjas that kidnapped him.
The ninjas
They're back.
They're back.
Maybe they're going to finish the storyline.
About time. Only took him
Put them back in the main event.
Yes.
So
They're the ones who are going to feud with the aces and eights.
So we get now it's main event time. We got Ken Anderson versus Kurt Angle.
Cage match.
Ken
Yay.
Anderson's so boring.
No, I wanna.
Ken Anderson's like the Miz of TNA. That's what he is. That's the perfect way to describe him. The Miz of the TNA. Try to be a tough guy and everything, but just shut your mouth. You're not even that good a wrestler.
He's the loudmouth.
He's a loud man.
Yeah, just go home and be loud. Don't be on my. Get off my TV. Don't be on the same screen as Kurt Angle. How dare you?
I don't know if he's kidding.
How dare you even
I
get in the
don't know
ring
either.
I like it.
with Kurt Angle?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Anyway.
Are you
You
kidding?
guys are never gonna know.
Are you guys?
You guys are never
You're never
gonna
gonna know if I'm kidding or if
Anyway,
I'm legit.
I want to reiterate that this match wasn't bad. It's just I was really tired. And
Well, that was the Ken Anderson part. You want to think you're tired.
Oh my
by
God.
that
but you were just so
time-
bored by Ken Anderson.
By that time, I was seriously. I was like, this is my seat. You guys can't see it.
What?
I fell asleep in my seat.
Oh, you see? Just talking about Ken Anderson gets your
stood
body
up.
parts to go to
I
sleep.
looked over, like trying so hard to keep my eyes open.
Unbelievable. Ken Anderson, the most boring. So boring, he almost put Rob to sleep today.
Are you joking?
You're not. I'm
He's
telling
never
you.
good enough. But what I have to say is that I think it wasn't in this match, but they had a previous cage match. It always bugs me how he misses the I'm gonna call it the angle salt.
All right.
He always
John
misses,
wants a donut.
I want a donut.
Generic donut. He always wants. He always misses the angle salt.
He always does, right? I don't understand why they just can't let somebody take it.
I notice it mostly in TNA.
Right. Did he do it off the cage again? Or
Yeah.
Just, oh,
Well,
man.
from the clip, it was from the cage.
Right.
And he always starts veering off to like the left. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how you look at it, it could be the right.
Yeah.
Always misses. I mean, he doesn't completely miss.
Yeah.
It's just, you're supposed to connect with the body, not the person's face.
Mhm.
And that's how it seems to always happen when he goes to do the it still looks good.
Yeah.
It just doesn't connect right.
I know what you mean.
And it always just bugs me.
Like the Starship Pain
Yes.
and the
Blank.
and the
We'll never say it on here.
We'll never say it on here.
Well,
That's why I said blank.
Shouldn't mention it at all, though.
Mention what?
When we would play, like, what was it, like 2009?
Yeah.
2010? WWE, SmackDown 2009 or 10 or whatever. We would have a special name for the Starship Pain.
And
we would
the
say
blank?
We can't say what the
We
blank.
can't say it.
Oh. Alright, okay.
But we can say the second part though.
No, because then we might as well say what the whole thing is.
Alright. No, I'm not gonna make you guys
It
say
was
it.
like, it wasn't just the Starship Pain. It was Starship Pain, blank, and we were just getting so excited about it because it looked good in the game, unlike in real life.
Yeah. Because in the game, they actually
It
body
connects.
the body goes across the other body.
Yeah,
In real life, it's just John Morrison's whole body missing and
yeah.
his elbow.
It's like a corkscrew face butt,
He gets
headbutt.
Anderson to tap out from the ankle lock.
Yep.
Well,
Next,
good because he's so boring.
oh my
With
god!
the big,
And
with
he
the
was
big reveal. The big
The big
reveal.
reveal. 2 new members.
Well, you don't know if they're
see,
new.
they couldn't have Angle Anderson close out the show.
The whole
because
time-
Technically, they're
well-
new.
Well, when they went out to the match, Garrett Bischoff stayed with Samoa Joe until a doctor came out. He kept yelling "doctor." It was pretty funny. And Wes Briscoe went out with Angle. So he's on the outside making sure nothing happens. Angle wins. Wes Briscoe comes in because he was already there. He unlocks the cage, goes in. And then Garrett Bischoff comes in. They close the cage. And at this point, Bischoff reveals that he's an aces and eights. And Angle turns around to Briscoe's like, "Did you know about this?" "Oh, I didn't know about this." "Did you know about this?" So he goes to attack him. Angle goes to attack Bischoff. When he runs at him, Briscoe gives him like a chop block.
Uh-huh.
Takes him down. Reveals he's also an aces and eights.
And I was proven wrong. Because I said that Taz was the lamest reveal ever. And as if you couldn't get somebody who people cared less about, they went out and found 2 people. 2 people, not just one. They found 2.
But the thing is, as far as we know, because we don't know the storyline, they could be more important than we think.
Hope so. I really hope so. But it's just funny how... So who were the last people in the ring when Impact went off the air? Angle, Bischoff, and... See?
I think Anderson was still there, like selling the leg, the ankle lock, but I'm not sure.
Alright, okay. Well,
I don't remember.
Okay. Enough
just
with Anderson.
get Anderson out of there. Just get him out. Shave that pathetic excuse of a beard.
It's not a very good.
Stop
I'll give you
wearing
that. I'll
that
give you that.
stupid hat.
Well, they all wear the hat.
They all wear the hat.
No, Anderson's hat.
Anderson has a hat.
He
They all wear the hat.
He wears like a
Beanie?
baseball cap, like when he goes out.
Oh.
When
Is it a TNA baseball cap?
it probably, I don't know.
Like Bully Ray?
Because if he had his own hat, it'd be so boring that nobody would buy it.
Don't
So-
cry. Done with TNA.
What
Was
is
it an okay show? Good show? Great show,
I thought
Rob?
it was good. It's just I was really tired.
Really tired. Okay,
He
obviously.
wasn't
Sick
tired.
and
it was
tired
just-
of being
it was
the only
just
one in the
Anderson
group.
Oh my
showing up.
god.
I was sick and tired of being the only person in the group to watch TNA.
I'm not made. Is it torture?
It's not.
It's not
but
torture.
It's easier to talk about when I'm not the only person that watches it.
Why is okay? So
Because everyone has their opinions, and it's just more interesting than just hearing me.
Right.
no, you're right. You're right. I know. I did see. I was glancing over. I saw the Joseph Park match. It was pretty good.
It was good. I thought it was really...
Except I don't get why when he's working out he doesn't sweat.
Because they load the microphone.
It's because obviously talking down the mic is harder than doing anything physical. Right?
No comment.
Yes, it is.
No comment. We had NXT.
So it's a nervous sweat.
Hey, Could be.
All right, so I was actually a little let down by this team, this NXT.
A little let down. Okay.
I was because there's a lot of times I read, oh, this episode was boring. You know, it's not as good as when it started, and I, for the most part, disagree. I don't see how people can say that they're boring because I think boring. I think
is Ken Anderson.
No, I think like the last 2 episodes of SmackDown.
Okay, I see that too.
But this one, they didn't really develop any more storylines or further any more of them. It just they have the tournament for the new NXT championships.
All right.
And maybe 2 other storylines that were furthered or started. But first match is the return of Derek Bateman and also the return of Alex Riley.
Oh, here we go, Alex Riley. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for the return of Alex Riley.
Versus Cassius Ohno and Leo Kruger.
What?
For the
tournament. I'm not serious? What?
Why?
Alex Riley. And I hope he still has the same incredible theme music.
They did use.
That's how it starts, right?
They did use his theme song for this tag.
Yes.
They always use one of the guys' theme songs, which makes the main event that much more sad if you think about it. But we'll get to that. This is for I don't know how it's said, but the tournament. It's a tournament match, and the finish is with Cassius Ohno having Alex Riley tap out.
Yes.
To a cravat.
He's rusty, okay? That's all. He's a little rusty.
Well, they both returned in this match, as far as I know.
Well, Alex Riley's slightly rustier. That's all. He'll be back.
So, they moved on. Leo Kruger and Cassius Ohno moved on to the tournament. After the match, as if that was enough, I'm going to have to say sorry again, Corey Graves comes out and puts the 13th step on Alex Riley.
Yes.
Which is a submission hold. And he's just tapping. He's supposed to be a devastating submission. I don't know how to describe it.
I rescind all of my comments about Alex Riley.
I don't know why it didn't happen to Derek Bateman.
I don't like him anymore.
And I don't like his theme song.
But what I don't understand also is that he attacks Alex Riley. For seemingly no reason when he wants to be in the main event. And for all intents and purposes, this was a job match.
Alright. Well,
you know,
Alex Riley can't do anything right. You can't even get eliminated from the Royal Rumble, right? So, yes, got eliminated prematurely.
And this next match...
can't even hang on to the rope.
Hey, it happens. I said on another episode, of another Smartcast, that Sakamoto might not necessarily be a jobber. It was only one match. This match saw Sakamoto versus a returning Mason Ryan.
Oh, wow.
So, you can only guess who won this one.
A returning Mason Ryan.
Yes. With yet another new finisher.
What's his finisher this time? The Batista bomb?
No.
What is it?
Batista also started using this move at some point. Not as a finisher. Did he?
Spinebuster?
No. This is...
Spear.
The suplex slam. The jackhammer.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yes.
So I hope he gets Goldberg chance now.
I don't know. We'll see.
Because Smarks are so smart.
Smart!
That they should be chanting this whenever Mason Ryan does it.
Who knows? We'll see, I guess.
What?
It's just so funny. Then the third match, there's only 4 matches, but, that's not uncommon for NXT.
I do want to point out, I do remember seeing Mason Ryan in a house show.
Yeah.
And he had a really long entrance.
Well, he has his entrance where he poses.
Yeah. And then Del Rio came out and made him tap.
Yes.
This was heel Del Rio.
Boom.
This was heel Del Rio.
Oh, boring. Okay.
Oh, boring. Okay.
No, he beat him in, a pretty quick amount of time.
It's only Mason Ryan.
This next match... Divas match.
Yay! All right. Well, these are the Divas matches that are actually good.
Yes.
For the most part, the NXT Diva
Yes.
matches are good.
But it's interesting because on commentary between, I'll say it was Oksana versus Paige.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves Paige. It's interesting listening on commentary because William Regal's talking about how good of a wrestler Paige is because parents are wrestlers and she's trained forever. And Oksana, he actually gave a backstory on Oksana not being a wrestler.
Okay.
That she was like a fitness model.
Interesting. All right.
And that with the short amount of time she's been in the WWE, that she's picked up things very quickly.
Okay.
Which was interesting because, you know...
Usually they don't point that stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff out.
They don't point out that their women aren't wrestlers. But this saw Paige win.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting that Paige finishes off matches with multiple moves. Like, they haven't necessarily given her a specific finisher.
Okay.
This time she won with a cloverleaf.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Submission.
Yeah. Which, it's weird because she's got that main event babyface type thing going on where she gets beat up and then comes back.
That's
and
weird.
wins.
I've never really been able to pinpoint if she's face or heel.
She's a face because the crowd just...
They love her, okay.
Yeah. There's no way around it. Kane,
Yeah,
Undertaker,
same thing, yeah.
But it's a lot more obvious now that she's a face. It's not like she's beating on anybody for no reason. After the match, this develops a storyline with she's arms up, is moving backwards, bumps into Summer Rae, who's the announcer, and I think she's awful.
Summer Rae?
Yeah. Not never, but there's a lot of times where I have to rewatch because I have no idea what she announces.
Mm-hmm.
Bumps into her, apologizes, continues, and she's out of breath, she just had a match. Somebody still doesn't like it, and just hits her from behind, and everybody's shocked that she did this.
Okay.
And she leaves and goes to the back. She obviously didn't do any damage, because Paige is up like, what was that?
Right.
She was
It wasn't like
she was
she took
caught
her
off
out
guard, yeah.
Okay.
Like, what was that about? Which had a segment backstage with...
Can you believe this?
I can. I can because it's this guy over here.
I like how you
Real good co-host.
I just looked, I didn't even, have to motion or anything.
Yeah.
You knew exactly what I was talking about.
And, there's a backstage segment with, I can't remember her name. It's a new woman announcer.
I was being nice, and I was giving Rob the moment.
A new announcer,
okay?
blah, blah, and, which had her, I can't remember her name. It's I should have written it down. Interviewing Sasha Banks on her win from last week against Alicia Fox.
Alright.
And it kind of gets put to the side when some guy, I should probably know his name too, but who cares, gives her an envelope, and it's from a secret admirer. Okay. Some cheesy poem or whatever. Secret admirer. I'm actually interested to find out who it is. I want to know.
Alright. Because Hornswoggle isn't featured on NXT, so it's not going to be him.
Stop it.
Thank you. Now you've
essentially
confirmed for me that Hornswoggle's going to now be on NXT.
No, but he's not. He hasn't.
Way to ruin the show.
He hasn't. It's not going to be my fault.
It will be because you said it.
The WWE, they'll do it, not me.
Yeah, but you're jinxing it.
Oh my god, it's not going to be him.
If it's him,
they know kids don't watch NXT.
If it's him,
true.
We know who to blame.
Yeah.
Because that's how amazing I am.
But what's also funny as I skipped over is right after the attack happened, and he goes to this reporter. She does the worst job of saying how it was a shocker. Nobody ever thought that would happen. Holy moly, really? Terrible. It was really bad.
This sounds like a very subpar edition of
it's not
NXT.
that because it's a lot of matches because they're building up toward the NXT championships.
Okay.
Half the matches were that.
Mm-hmm.
One was a return match from Mason Ryan, so a squash match. Poor Sakamoto.
Ugh.
I don't know if he's got any skill or what, but
he got squashed again.
It's nice though that they had Paige, not even just Paige, any divas wrestling, because sometimes they'll have shows where they're not on there, and it's not like they're the worst.
Right.
But that being said, main event, tag team match. Had I don't know if I want to even say this guy's name. Bo Dallas.
Oh,
Yes!
That name sounds familiar.
I love it.
Was that the guy who beat
Wade Barrett
on Monday night? And who is now probably going to get
The
the Intercontinental Championship?
Well, I don't know. From watching these, or from seeing the spoilers that I don't want to put out, maybe we'll do it next week. If he's going to win the Intercontinental title. But it seems weird because their storylines sort of aren't making sense with the main show. Unless you go by them not being connected and it doesn't matter. Like we've said on here, that NXT doesn't matter.
It doesn't, because Big E's a face.
And Michael McGillicuddy. Bo Dallas and Michael McGillicuddy. Versus Primo and Epico. Well, when we said about the entrances, how they usually use one guy, you know whose music they used? They used Bo Dallas's music.
What?
With Michael McGillicuddy.
Oh, goodness.
Nice.
It's funny because you hear all these things that, Triple H is behind him. There's a lot of guys behind McGillicuddy. It's just his name. Like, kills it for everybody.
Yeah.
It does.
I don't care about the name. They explained it enough for me on NXT, back when he was on NXT, that I'm okay with the name. Okay. Instead of using the Hennig name and being in the shadow of his father and grandfather, he's using his mother's maiden name and making a name for himself.
That's fine.
Totally fine with that. That's
Okay.
silly. You can't, you don't decide what name you're going to have when you're born. I mean,
You're right.
he chose that name.
Right.
So he kind of did. But
yeah, that's true.
he could have used his real first name. Joe. Joseph McGillicuddy. Not that bad.
It does have a better ring to it.
Than Michael McGillicuddy.
I guess they just wanted to have two M's.
Maybe.
At some point, that'll be his Titantron, just two M's. I'm not kidding. And
Not a bad idea.
It'll be better than the Miz's. Yeah, you understand I have to throw in a shot at the Miz every episode, right?
You should have that clip up.
And now,
oh God,
Ken Anderson will also be included in that.
Wow.
That's really not cool.
Wow.
I don't like that.
I don't know what your hate. I know your hatred for the Miz, but I don't know what your hatred is.
I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anybody. This is just me.
I don't hate anybody.
This is just me speaking out on who I believe is trash.
You're trash.
What's the trash for
trash.
Ken Kennedy? This was out of the blue.
Well,
No,
Ken
I've always
Ken
felt like
Anderson.
that, but I always felt that he was too irrelevant to talk about. But now, he's in a match with Kurt Angle, so I have to acknowledge his existence. So, yeah, okay. Excuse me. Anderson.
So that's the way they ended NXT?
Well, I didn't even say a finish yet.
Oh.
Versus Primo and Epico. Epico didn't have his trademark cornrows.
Ah.
His hair was out this time.
Ooh. I gotta see this.
It was
this has become a must-see edition of NXT now.
Just all admit
it certainly was interesting. What else was interesting on commentary? They were talking about how all four competitors are multi-generational wrestlers.
Okay.
And that, they know how to wrestle and all this. And they didn't put on a bad match.
Alright.
Just it's a shame that this is where they're at.
Alright.
The end was Bo Dallas not using a spear,
Okay.
using the power slam on
enough.
Primo. If I remember correctly, it was Primo.
Okay.
And pinning them 1, 2, 3. They move on to the rest of the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty much the end.
Mm-hmm.
That was really it. No Big E.
No biggie.
No more
Biggie.
Corey Graves.
No Biggie.
Conor,
No Biggie.
No
No
Biggie.
Biggie. No Biggie.
No Conor O'Brien.
Come on, that's gold.
And
No Biggie.
it's moving up. That's the end of
So
NXT.
that's NXT.
But yeah, it's I guess a pass unless you have the time.
Now speaking of NXT,
I just told you what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
True.
NXT we
unless you're a
have.
fan of a certain guy, there's no real need to watch it.
Well, we know nobody's going to be watching for Alex Riley.
Yeah, Alex Riley. With that great
Well, I mean,
theme
when
music.
he came out, it felt like he'd never left.
Okay.
Some guys they might have that. They're just
I
coming
have-
back thing, but
The NXT
they
roster.
both came back from. I refuse to do this list with you.
Oh, too bad.
Well, not too bad. You
No,
can't
I'm just
make
gonna
me.
I'm just gonna give out 5 superstars. That's it. Wow, you're mean. Wow, you're mean. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
And I thought the other segment was the most unprofessional thing we've ever done. It's
You
already
wanna blame it
already
on the
been
Lord
one
of the
up.
Rings thing?
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. That was too stupid.
It was.
Really quick.
No. Stop reading
I'm
from
not.
this website.
No, I have the NXT roster on NXT.
Yeah, but I know what you're going to say, and we already discussed it.
I'm not
Stop
discussing it.
using ideas from this website.
I'm not.
Make your own ideas up. This is why your name is last in the show.
Well, you blankety blank.
I don't know what that is, but I'm
Well,
talking about NXT.
Well, okay, this
possibly
is
the greatest show of all the WWE
this is
shows,
my
and you're
question.
sitting there reading a magazine.
Can El Generico make it in WWE?
Ugh. Well, I mean, hey, he knows multiple languages. And that's at least 3.
Because we know he signed.
Well, we know that you have to know at least 5 to be U.S.
5.
Well,
no, I was talking about Antonio Cesaro.
Yeah.
5.
No,
5
no.
languages.
Claudio Castagnoli.
Oh,
Smart.
excuse me. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
well, no, because he knows Spanish. He knows, I'm assuming, French because he's Canadian, and English. So that doesn't hurt him. I think what's gonna hurt him is his body type, like I say all the time.
His
He's
body's
not the biggest
fine.
guy. He's not the biggest guy.
His body is fine.
He's somewhere in the middle.
For some reason, I thought you were talking about El Local. Never mind.
No.
El Local.
No.
El Local has an amazing physique. You guys will all see it when he makes his debut.
I mean, he's already been.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
already been
WWE
on
14.
Saturday Night.
WWE 14 is going to give him a 6-pack anyway. So.
Well, it might not be. It's not going to be THQ making it.
Yes.
So who knows?
I hear THQ has gone down the drain.
It's funny because I went to a GameStop a couple months ago and asked them, this might have been a while ago. I've heard THQ is really not doing well.
Right.
That they're sort of on the edge. And the guy had no idea what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And jump 6 months later, they're out of business.
Out of business. Oh, well.
You would think that you work in a game store, you would know,
No.
you would hear this news.
Yeah.
But it's pretty interesting.
I guess the other one, I want to say Cassasona.
What about Cassius Ohno?
When the heck's he going to make the jump?
I don't know. I have no idea.
He probably would have if Bo Dallas hadn't been given the jump anyway. Before him. Would you say, do you like Cassius Ohno more than Bo Dallas?
Yes.
Yes!
How big a difference talent-wise are they?
Cassasono's amazing.
Is he? And Bo Dallas, you...
It's funny that you say that without watching NXT.
I watch NXT.
No.
Oh.
This one.
Oh, I'm going by what I've seen. I already know who he is, so...
Do you know Cassius Ohno from
Yes, I do.
WWE and has only wrestled in NXT?
Yes, I know, and I also that I know
Has
Chris
never
Hero.
wrestled?
Chris Hero
Chris
is really
Hero
good
is
too.
a different guy.
No, see, they're the same guy.
They're not the same guy.
Yes, they are.
Then why do they have different names? Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Called
Exactly.
out.
Also,
Oh, man.
Exactly.
So
There's a lot of
bad.
guys that I would like to see on the main roster. I don't have a problem, as much as it might sound like, with Bo Dallas being on the main roster.
Alright.
I just don't like that he's up against Wade Barrett and beat him in his first match.
eliminated him too, right?
Yeah.
That happened.
It
Eliminated
did
him.
happen, and I don't understand why.
I feel like it would be okay if Bo Dallas had gone up for the U.S. title, and the U.S. title was being held on by The Miz. Because, you don't have to go over somebody. Because Wade Barrett he outclasses The Miz in every way.
Okay.
All right?
He does.
So
but
you put Bo Dallas up against him, and it looks silly. But let's say, somebody else like The Miz had been Intercontinental or U.S. champion. I could potentially see Bo Dallas getting one over The Miz.
I would also not mind if it was, like you said, the first thing he does, he eliminates Wade Barrett. Yeah, he got eliminated by Wade Barrett anyway, but that's not what's important. Was that, from my argument, he eliminated Barrett out of nowhere. And then on Raw, beats Wade Barrett.
Yeah.
Clean. Now, if you had that, I'm not saying I would have him beat Wade Barrett in the Rumble, but have them start something there.
Yeah.
And then keep challenging Barrett and losing. Because he had this thing on NXT where he would get hurt, but he respects pain.
Okay.
Right? He understands that that's what it is. And just keep losing, but keep challenging him anyway.
Yeah, just to show that...
And be the underdog, if you will.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just keep losing to the Bullhammer. And then finally beating him? Alright.
Yeah.
But to just have him beat him off the bat...
Yeah.
No, you're right.
It enrages me.
At this rate, Bo Dallas will be competing in the Elimination Chamber match for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, God, don't go too far there, buddy. I think we're seeing...
Or even if they had still had the tournament, or whatever, the Intercontinental Cup, with their altercation in the Rumble, maybe losing on Raw, and then he still somehow wins the tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just, he beats him.
But it seems like maybe Bo Dallas is going to be the Intercontinental Champion.
Like I said, I wouldn't mind that. It's just how they've done it.
No, I understand that. I understand that. It's stupid the way they've done it. Also... Boy, someone's really upset about this. Also,
Don't get your Blu-rays.
Bret Hart had a lot to say about Triple H. He called him overrated and has never seen a great match.
Mm-hmm. I like to hear your version of how this sounds, because you're making it... The way I read it and the way you're saying it out loud right now are almost two different things.
I'm going by what he said.
I know, but the way you're reading it...
I'm just reading
You're trying
what
to start something.
Yeah.
I usually Hart's the pessimist one, but even he wasn't this ragging on Triple H as much as it sounds like.
Right? Doesn't it sound like...
Because I heard more or less something like
a matter of fact.
Yeah, like he's not that good.
But he's not.
You know what I mean?
And the way John's reading it is like,
I hate him. He sucks.
Yeah.
He's the worst there is, the worst there was, and the worst there ever will be. That's not what he's saying. He's just saying he thinks Triple H isn't that good a wrestler.
Yeah.
He's not, but he's had some really good matches, though.
Well, is that because of him or because of who he's wrestling? What are Triple H's classics? Against Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker? Because, I mean John Cena's had really good match. Look, I've always said that it takes two to have a classic match.
Just like a finisher?
Yeah, there are some finishers that require two people to do a great job.
Yeah, WrestleMania 20.
I do believe that Triple H is a good wrestler. Not great.
I know.
That essentially was Bret Hart's summary of Triple H. Good, not great.
Yeah.
And that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, Triple H hasn't revolutionized anything.
No.
He never pulled out anything that said, "Oh my God, that was amazing."
I wouldn't say he's overrated, though.
I would.
No, because there are people out there who say that Triple H was that he just is huge. That he's one of the best out there.
Oh, definitely not.
In the ring, he's not one of the best.
No, absolutely
let's be honest. Definitely not. And I think that's what he was referring to.
Yeah.
I don't think he was trying to say Triple H is a bad promo cutter.
No.
I don't think he's trying to say Triple H is a bad businessman.
No, just
or anything like that. Or a bad champion. No, nothing like that. Just, he's not that good. Not even that. He said not great. Yeah. Which means he's still pretty good. You know what I mean?
Even though he's had great matches.
No, he hasn't had great matches.
I don't know.
He's had good matches.
I think there's a couple of good ones.
According to Bret Hart.
Right.
Right, that's according to Bret Hart.
Good matches.
No, again, not everything Bret Hart says is, fact. Even I agree. I do think Triple H has had some great matches.
Oh, definitely.
I would disagree with him there. But I do agree in that I don't think Triple H is great in the ring.
Well, the question is, would it be whoever the opponent is when you think it's a great match? Mm-hmm. Is Triple H having a great match, or is the opponent having the great match?
Right. I just think...
Well, I think you're still upset he buried Paul London and Brian Kendrick.
That was beside the point. I'm not even thinking about that.
He's trying to forget about that.
They didn't have a match together.
And be professional about it.
Except for that time with the Rumble that Anthony clued me in on.
Yeah. Where there's a spot... Everyone remembers this. Well, you should. Brian Kendrick comes out, and Triple H is... He
eliminates Kofi.
Yeah. Brian Kendrick eliminates Kofi, and then Triple H is supposed to eliminate Brian Kendrick. Now, apparently... We saw the video.
Yes.
All right. Kendrick it's audible. He says, "I know I effed up," but he didn't.
He did not.
Because if you watch the video, Triple H throws him
far too
between the top rope and the middle.
There's no way he's materializing over the top rope.
Right, and so Triple H has to go over and throw him.
I mean, it's all very quickly. It's all done very quickly, but that was not TBK's fault.
That's absolutely not. But since the almighty Triple H can't do anything wrong.
Right.
He's clean in everything he does. It was just automatically Brian Kendrick's fault.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just go figure. Again, I'm not trying to take away from Triple H as a performer. He's a great performer.
Oh, he is.
Not a great wrestler.
No.
I think it's just that simple. I don't think it was a personal shot or anything. Again,
Right.
I disagree. I do think that Triple H has had some great matches.
I would suggest people read it.
Right.
Yes.
Read it in a clean slate. Don't read it how John read it out loud.
I was just being.
Yeah, that was.
Because the way I read it and the way you just read it out loud.
I got two way different.
Yeah,
vibes.
Well,
I
you can
told you guys
actually,
before
you
how
can
I
actually
read it.
watch the interview. So go watch the interview.
I didn't watch an interview. I read it, so it could end up being how you put it out. But just from what I read,
So
I
watch
can't
the
imagine
interview.
there being anger behind the words. I'm just saying, I can't imagine. It just sounds like the things he said were a matter of fact.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I hate the guy or like the guy. It was just this is how I see it.
Mhm.
Not that I.
And with
wanna
respect
flash
to Bret
his tires
Hart,
or anything.
with respect to Bret Hart's opinion on Triple H not having
Great matches.
he probably has higher standards than we do,
Yeah.
and that's
I mean, being
understandable
the
as
best
well.
there is, was, ever will be.
Right. I mean,
Those standards have to be pretty high.
Yeah, he's obviously going to be looking at the technical aspect
Yeah.
of the matches. He probably likes the Jericho matches.
He was saying that he's
CM
never
Punk.
innovated anything.
Right. Like I would think that Bret Hart would be a fan of Jericho's matches, CM Punk, AJ Styles.
He does mention
like that.
He does mention Punk in the interview.
Right, he does, right?
Yeah.
And that's fair enough. I mean, I think that's a fair comparison. I just think, when other people out there read Bret Hart's interview, who maybe are Triple H fans, they say, no, he's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I think he had great matches. Again, I just think it's in terms of his standards.
Yeah.
What he sees as good. And technically speaking, Triple H never really was a technical wrestler to begin with. He was more the kind of brawl guy.
Yeah.
It's a fair assessment, I would say.
Okay. Also, Vince McMahon's injury is actually he is going for surgery. Actual surgery.
We talked about this before. I think it's silly.
Mm-hmm.
Them waiting. If this is true, that he is already hurt, and then they just wrote him off in storyline.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't really all that involved on television anyway.
Yeah, you could have avoided that.
He could have been gone and no one would have noticed.
Right. But I guess you did need that motivation for Triple H to come back.
Yeah.
But did we talk about on here that how to get him back? Except he doesn't return right away. Maybe have Stephanie.
Yeah, you wanted Stephanie to get F5.
Yeah, this was on the last show.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
I know because it happened. I was here for it, and then I listened to it yesterday.
You listened to it, right?
I re-listened to it. And
I did too. I thought I liked
awful.
Alright, so that's pretty much nothing. News broke today, so we're gonna wrap it. Enjoy the Super Bowl.
I have one question for people other than the Super Bowl. I wrote this down a little bit before. Just something for people to listen to. Got a fantasy matchup here. I just want to know.
Oh my god!
I just want to know.
No.
Who you think would win?
Stop it! No,
I
the
can't
king
stop.
of the smarts is gonna be upset.
Well, he apparently doesn't listen.
Oh,
So
it doesn't listen. Okay.
now you have to think. What was it? 2005, 2006 or 7 maybe.
I think it was 06 when they
We'll
returned.
put the 05 to
'Cause
07.
I don't think we were in high school anymore.
No, what, DX?
With this,
No, VCAM.
Oh,
we weren't in high school anymore.
I
I
kind
think it
of
was
feel like we
2006
were.
or 7.
It was 06, 07. That's when it was.
It was definitely after high school.
All right, whatever. Let's not.
Maybe
don't
it wasn't.
think we
Maybe
debate that.
I don't. It doesn't matter. Well, it sort of matters just so you can get the idea of when this time frame was.
Right.
TNA had this thing with the Voodoo Kin Mafia, Jesse James and Kip James.
Kip James.
They were calling out not DX. Okay, they weren't calling DX out. They were calling out
Michael Hickenbottom.
Michael Hickenbottom
And Paul Levesque.
Okay, and everyone knew this wasn't gonna happen. This match wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't even a match. It was a fight. This fight wasn't gonna happen.
Fight.
But I want to know. You could perhaps comment and leave your answer. But who do you think would win this fight?
A real fight, an actual fist fight.
And I'll answer this, my opinion, on the next show.
Yes.
Just to give this a couple days for people to listen to if they do. Kip James and Brian James.
You want our answers?
No, this is next time.
Okay.
Versus Paul Levesque, Michael Hickenbottom. This isn't in their prime. This is at the time.
At the time.
2006 or 7 or whatever.
We'll give you that
Who would
answer
win this
on
streak?
Monday.
This is after. At this point, Triple H has had one torn quad already.
2.
Did he tore both already? Because I
The
know he
second
tore
one-
one with Rated RKO.
That was the second one.
I think that was.
That was the second one. He said the next time it happens, he's done.
Yeah. So at this point, remember, keep these factors into check. Michaels has a bad back.
Bad back.
And Triple H has already torn one quad.
No, both.
He's already torn both by this time?
He said if he tore either one again, he would be out.
Okay.
So he's torn both of his quads.
Yeah. Now, to make things fair, Road Dogg is still kind of sort of out of shape, I guess.
But was he ever really in shape? He's in shape.
He's used to fighting
he's never been injured.
Out of shape, yeah.
Him and Kip James never been injured, as far as I know.
Yeah.
So it just comes out.
No, you're right.
Who do you think would win? And why?
How
would they win?
How would they win? Oh, also watch SmackDown tonight. Interesting SmackDown.
I'm watching it.
Watch SmackDown tonight. Everybody enjoy the Super Bowl.
Unless you don't watch the Super Bowl.
Right.
Unless
then
you
enjoy
don't
the commercials.
Enjoy the commercials, as people only watch for the commercials. So enjoy Super Bowl, SmackDown tonight, Elimination Chamber 2 weeks, or 2 weeks after today, 2 weeks away, and we'll preview Raw on Monday. And
get to this answer. We'll get to this answer.
We'll get to that answer. So I'm Douchebag Doughboy.
Ant-Man.
The real American.
And we'll see you guys Monday. Enjoy your weekend.